Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. And this is going to be a Showtime compilation. It's been a while since I've done a Protoss compilation. And Showtime has a lot of fans on this channel, so let's get right on into it. Game number 1 will be between Game Time and Showtime here on Newkirk Precinct. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is a Showtime from Arma Team. And in the bottom left side of the map from Eastloth Esports is the yellow Zerg player. It is Game Time. Are you kidding me? Do I have to do this every time now? Why do updates change things? Yep. Boop, boop. And the Overlord pops. Alright, so it's going to be PvZ here on Newkirk Precinct. I found a bunch of these on lotv.spawningtool.com. Figured I would just grab a bunch of them for your Sunday. For those of you who are Showtime fans, I don't know if he wins these games or loses them. This could just be like a bunch of games where Showtime just gets crushed, but I gotta believe, if it's Showtime, he wins more of these than he loses. Although the TLO pack that I did a while ago was not so great. It does block the expansion for Game Time. Showtime likes doing that. Game Time is forced to expand down here at the third base spot. Well, third-ish base spot. Sometimes this is third, sometimes third is up north, above the natural. Regardless, extractor pool on the way for Showtime as well. And just doing normal stuff back home. Got that gateway down, going for the expansion here at 400 minerals. Ah! The timing, you guys. The timing is just fantastic. Although, what is German for fantastic? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to go wunderbar. I guess wunderbar is close enough. With all of the German that I am fully aware of here. I'm going to go for the third hatch at the natural base location. Can the probe get in here and block it in time? No! No! Thought about it. Thought about blocking it. Could have been able because there are no lings. That spawning pool is not even done yet. That would have been so bad for Game Time. I like that it's Game Time versus Showtime. It's like Game Time. Oh, yeah, it's Showtime. Showtime's putting on a show. Game Time is putting on his game face is what this one is all about. Cybercore on the way. And yeah, for those of you who look at my compilations on Sunday and you're like, oh, it's a Showtime compilation. I don't like Showtime. I don't really like Protoss. I don't want to watch Protoss win all the time. Dude, I'm telling you, I don't know who wins these games. Same thing with TLO, same thing with Euthermal, same thing with Dark. All the compilations I've done so far do not include straight up all the time wins from the player that I'm casting. I don't like knowing the results of stuff before I cast it. I like to keep the suspense, surprise myself, and that way I can have a little bit more hype, a little bit more enthusiasm for the game. If I know what's going to happen, it's hard for me to go nuts about it, you know? Anyway, expansion is done for Showtime. He's getting Warp Gate, he's getting a Stalker, he's moving an Adept across the field, and his Twilight Council is about 50% complete. So this could be something of an Adept Resonating Glaives push, which not great to deal with if you're a Zerg player, but Game Time has been around the block enough times that he should be fine in handling it. Lings sacrificing themselves. Oh, more Lings sacrificing themselves so that no drones die here at this natural base. That's beautiful. Queen comes over to assist as well. Adept does have a lot of kills on that kill count. 4, but no drones are dead, and that's kind of what matters. Sloverlord trying to scout in, trying to see what is this tech. What is this tech from my opponent? And it's going to... Oh, he doesn't know. He doesn't know about that Twilight Council and the Dark Shrine. Whoa! That changes things. Sloverlord dies before he can see the Dark Shrine, right? Yeah, not even close. Not even close. So if we have a robotics facility, gateway, robo facility. Okay, it's going to be Archon drops. It's going to be Archon drops here from our Protoss player, which could be exciting. Could be incredibly exciting. Okay, I like where this is at. I don't know why it keeps resetting stuff, but it does. Sound effects are seriously that low? Is that a little better? That's probably a little better. Spore Crawlers are coming in. If you're blind against Protoss, Spore Crawlers are a great way to go. They help against Dark Templar, they help against Warp Prisms, they help against Phoenix and Oracles, and there's just really, there's not been a time I have regretted making a Spore Crawler in each of my mineral lines against Protoss, so keep that in mind. Showtime, on the other hand, getting his Warp Prism, yeah, that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. Dark Shrines take forever to build. 71 seconds. I don't know why it feels so dang long to build a 71-second building, but it totally does. Pylons, by comparison, are what? No! No! There's another pylon coming up. They are 18. Yeah, so, yeah, that's a lot more for sure. Lair, morphing in for the Zerg player at home. He really doesn't have anything. He's got no attacking units at all. 52 drones, though, and 43 for Showtime. And this is kind of what you want to do as the Zerg player. Just drone up and drone up and drone up and drone up, and then when the attack comes, make stuff to be ready for it. Yeah, making 20 lings now. But he's got a 10 worker lead here on Showtime. Third base on the way from Showtime to the left of his natural. And where is our Warp Prism at? Where are you, Warp Prism? Here it is. Oh, it's going straight DTs. Wait, there was a Spore Crawler. There was a Spore Crawler here. Okay, good. Spore Crawler there being protected by Queens and stabbing away the Warp Prism. Excellent job. I was going to say, there was a Spore Crawler. Why would he move it? He didn't. He didn't. All right, so DTs took their shot now. So now some Archon plays in here. Much better against Lings than Dark Templar are, especially if there's detection. The Queens need to get shots on this Warp Prism. Killing the Warp Prism is what this is all about. If that thing dies, this harassment is dead as well. It's difficult to do. It is difficult to pull off, though. Queen needs to focus down at the Warp Prism. I know there are Archons. I know they are scary, but you need to take down, get shots off. Not doing it. Not doing it. It's game time. Look at this micro from Showtime, though. Oh, excellent job. Not losing one of these Archons at all. 12 kills on the one. Ugh, I'm trying to see how many kills are on those. Please give me a chance. No. All right, so how many Lings are dead? 29? Whoa! 29. I think that Adept killed 4 previously, but 29 Ling kills. Those could all be drones. It is 70 to 52 Harvesters, though. Game Time is droning like a boss. Is he going for a 3-base type attack? It looks like he might be. Going Baneling Nest, going Hydralisks. Feeling pretty good about that. Archons. Yeah, Hydras are really good against Archons if you can micro them fairly well. Coming inside the main base again here. Queen really needs to get shots off. That Warp Prism is hardly touched. Drones are dying here inside the main base. Lings are coming back just to sacrifice themselves, so nobody else has to die. Look at these guys regaining health. Did they regain health inside the Warp Prism? Have we had this discussion? I don't feel like they do, because that Archon came out and did not have anywhere near full health, and it had been in that Warp Prism for a while. Keep an eye on that. Overseer scouting things out as well. Yeah, Hydralisks are like, okay, come back around. Come back around. Archons, yeah, he's got 60 shields. I don't... Okay, let's see. He's got... Oh, that dude gets... Oh, he gets surrounded and murdered. Oh, no. Archon did not get picked up. Where were you? Oh, Warp Prism was trying to do a Warpin style thing instead of being in Warp Prism mode, which is kind of weird. If you're in Warp Prism mode, do you have to dump the Archon? I assume you'd have to. I'd assume you'd have to. I've never had that thought occur to me before, strangely enough. Anyway, 4th base is on the way for the game time here. Got Charge being researched by Showtime. It's going to be a Zealot Charge lot. Adept push with some Archon support and some sentries too. Banelings need to get some really nice hits, but the force fields are going to be a problem. I can tell you that right now. Force fields in the hands of Showtime is like paint in the hands of Picasso. He is a true artist, an artiste with those force fields, but he's pulling back. He's actually not interested in attacking at all. It's 66 to 64 Harvesters. Showtime's been catching up. Got a Templar Archives up. He wants Storm is what he wants. He's like, if you want to attack me right now, that's fine. You can attack me right now, but I want Storm if I'm going to move across the map and try to kill you. Got Pylons just up and up and up. Blocking off that natural base to some extent. Going to take his base there as well for a fourth here north of his natural. Bink. He is. He doesn't have enough minerals yet, but he'll get there. Trust me on that one. So Lings and Banelings, they have the speeds yet. They do have the Baneling speed yet, which gives them extra HP. So it's not just Baneling speed. That is a little bit misleading. He's going for it, man. I guess we must get there before Storm comes in, I suppose. Lings coming up. There's not actually a 4th base coming in. Banelings getting some good hits on Zealots, which is fine. Immortals getting shots off. Photon Overcharge is up. Game Time does not care about Photon Overcharge at all. He is healing Archons. The Banelings again trapped behind the force fields. Exactly what you don't want. If you're the Zerg player, continuing to push in here is Game Time. Cannons falling. Sentries on the front lines. The Banelings really should crash in right there if they can, and they're trying. No, the force fields. No, not enough. Not enough. All of them are gone. All of the sentries are out. No more force fields for you. DT comes in. There's an Overseer in the sky, though. Don't worry about that. Zealot's coming in as well. Just enough to hold this off. Meanwhile, a Zealot warp in here at the natural base of Game Time does get cleaned up at the same time. Does he end up killing? 21 drones have been killed. That was pretty good. So he holds the front. Loses a lot of stuff, but is also able to kill a ton of workers back at the natural base. So Game Time's map awareness, probably about the same as where mine is, considering I didn't see it until it was over. And he actually saw it and did something about it. So he's a little better at this game than I am, obviously. Another Overseer coming in for the game time. Oh, Hydra's trying to catch that Warp Prism. Reaction time! Not enough! It's a one-shot. It is a one-shot, ladies and gentlemen, when you have 16 Hydralisks with +1 missile attack especially. That's just super mega overkill. Storm is about 50% complete. Showtime waiting for that to be done. Again, I think before he moves out. We're at 4 base to 4 base, though. 4th base for Showtime just now getting started, so maybe not quite there. 3.2 bases for the German Protoss. And here we come. Banelings have +1 melee attack, +2 melee attack on the way, which does one-shot probes, which is kind of a big deal. Changelings going to come in and see exactly what we are dealing with as the Swarm. And the answer is a lot of Immortals, which aren't particularly great here, but the Storm is almost done. Showtime! Going for the attack. Oh, the Storm is here. Banelings not doing a whole lot at all on those Immortals. The Storm's weakening them up and then hitting Immortal, and it's like, we're okay. We can absorb a lot of Baneling hits without really dying even the tiniest bit. 3 Zealots trying to come down from a 4th-ish base location from game time that has not been taken yet. And get into this natural again. Ling's coming back in saying, get the heck out of our base. Stop killing our drones. They are so squishy and delicious, I know. That's 27 dead drones. Lurglings have that +1 attack, which is nice. How about the attack? +2 done, +3 about 40% complete for Showtime. Changelings getting spotted and murdered for the crime of espionage in Showtime's army. All right, Storm's in. What's your answer going to be? Lurker? Lurker, pretty good answer. I like it. Lurkers do not die to Storm very quickly. Zealots coming into this 4th base. There are 2 queens here. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Okay, there's a Hydra too, so that's going to 1 Hydralisk. Enough to make that Zealot think a little bit more closely about what he's doing with his life. Showtime moving out. He's got a Storm, man. He's feeling pretty good. Stargate coming in as well. 5 Hydras, 7 Hydras. It is going to be about even on that work or the total supply in just a moment here. We're 163 to 171. Showtime has a lead, but there's a lot in production right now for game time. I'm not sure how effective Lings are going to be against this composition. There are a lot of Zealots, soon to be +3 Zealots, which are terrifying. There are a couple of Archons as well. And again, there's always that Storm. There's always the Storm. Taking that 5th base. Game time's popping now, just north of his natural, which is technically his 3rd, but we're going to call it his natural because otherwise I will get incredibly confused. Banelings rolling out. Autobots roll out. Anybody see the new Transformers? I did not, because I saw the first one when it first came out. No, this was what, 2007 maybe? 2006? It's been a long time, you guys, and I'm a huge fan of Transformers when I was a kid, but I had to turn off my brain so hard to watch that movie and enjoy it. And I did enjoy it as Banelings roll in, get absorbed by Zealots at the 4th base of Showtime, which is exactly what they're there to do. But the rest of the movies couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. There was no way to shut off my brain enough to enjoy that film. Fleet Bacon on the way from Showtime, as well as Double Stargate. He's going to transition into carriers here against Hydra. I don't know about this. Lurkers waddling over. They look like they have broken legs, kind of, don't they? Lurkers stabbing in, actually trying to kill a probe, which is probably going to die anyway. No, he's actually survived. Trying to get that concave. Game time showing a lot of nice patience. 5th base is going to die to Zealots, which is really bad. Zealots coming in to his 3rd base as well. Storms canceling. A lot of Banelings trying to come in at the front door. Showtime's patience on a display here. He lets the Zerg player hammer at his buildings for a couple minutes. He throws down Storms on Banelings that try to come in. He knows they're a major threat. Storming Hydralisks as well. These Zealots still going to town here at this 3rd base of game time, and these drones are getting massacred here. 38 drones have been killed. And look at this. Game time going home to deal with this. Going home to deal with these Zealot Warpins. We've seen this time and time again. Zerg players that don't go for Mutalisks, don't go for Corruptors, these Zealot Warpins cause so many problems for the Zerg. 59 drones have been killed. Zealots going after a macro hatch here inside the main base. So many dead workers. Another dead drone killed. Somehow not on the Gameheart interface. I don't know why. And Showtime effectively maxed out. 190 supply to 141. 72 to 42 Harvesters. Feeling pretty darn pleased with himself at the state of this game. He's got Storm. He's got Zealots. He has Archons. He's actually making Tempest, which I guess is pretty good against the Lurkers. Just for their range, right? Range against ground is 8 or it's 10. It's 10. All right, so you can outrange the Hydras at least if they're trying to pick you off. Not Carrier. Interesting. I'm going to see Carrier work pretty well. Another Zealot. Showtime, man, just does not give up with these little Zealot attacks. He's maxed out at 198 supply. And he's starting to get a bit of a bank. He's got 1,000 gas, pushing into the creep, into these lurkers. No, 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 no. Revelation. Revelation's so good. A couple lurkers do get picked off. Trying to set up on the top side there. The bottom side lurkers are still pretty in position as well. Revelation makes them visible, though, which means they can be killed by the Protoss army. Lings, Hydras trying to sneak into this 5th base of Showtime. And the Storms. Showtime's just ready. He's just ready for everything Game Time is trying here. It's staying pretty much out of the range of lurkers. Pylon does get killed from distance. Zealot's coming in to his 3rd base, where it feels like the 3rd or 4th time. And just there's no mining here happening at all. 0 things are happening. Lurkers continuing to stab on here. A bunch of Hydras died. Every time Hydras commit at all whatsoever, they just get stormed into oblivion. Lurkers thinking about it. All right, at the very least, maybe we can take down this Nexus. That'd be good. Oh, the Storm, though. The Storm Bath on these Lurkers. Immortals pushing it as well, and that's a good game out of Showtime. Game Time, rather. Game Time is defeated, and Showtime is your victor here in game number 1. We'll give him a 1 next to his name up here. How's that sound? That sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, just the methodical patience and the little Zealot counterattacks moving across the map and taking out expansions and defending everything Game Time tried to do here with Hydras and Banelings. It must be so frustrating for the Zerg player, but Showtime just clinical. Just clinical in this game. Look at that. 26,000 resources lost for the Zerg compared to 12,000 for Showtime. He doesn't lose anything. 62 Zealots, sure. He can throw those away, but only 5 Archons, 8 Sentries, most of those during that attack where the Banelings crushed them. And 2 High Templar. That's it with 4 probes. I mean, if you can keep your units lost to those numbers in a 15-minute game against Zerg, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay, Showtime. All right, coming back with game number 2 of the Showtime compilation from Falcon Paladin in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to our Best of Showtime compilation here on Belshir Vestige for game number 2. Game number 2 will be between Showtime and Neeb here on Belshir Vestige. Man, that was pretty redundant. In the top left side of the map, we have the blue. This is not blue. This is red. The red Protoss player. It is Showtime. My brain does that to me, you guys. I don't know why. I wish I could explain it to you and tell you, well, this is the scientific reason your brain looks at something red and says that it's blue, but I can't. I can't explain. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. This time around, it is Neeb. United States versus Germany. Arma Team versus Ting, which again, the only StarCraft sponsor I'm aware of is Ting, and they sponsor Neeb. So cool. Cool for them, I guess. They wanted to get in esports a little bit, and they're like, you know what? This guy's pretty cool. We like him. We're going to roll with it. So here is, okay, Protoss players, again, pay very close attention. If your PvPs don't look like this, you're doing it wrong, and you're probably dying a lot. 2 assimilators. You're going to make 2 gateways here. Bop, second gateway coming in instantly for both players at the same time, and then once you have your cybernetics core, you can decide whether to make stalkers or whether to make adepts, and from there you can do whatever you want. You can decide to tech up into different paths, but if you do not start out your game like this, you will have 2 stalkers at your front door murdering you, or 2 adepts murdering you, and then you'll be in trouble. So both players, there you go, there's the cyber core. Nobody's sending out zealots because they're terrible. They're just slow. They're easily microable. Again, stalkers can kill them easily. Mothership cores can kill them easily. Photon overcharge can kill them easily. Adepts can also kill them. Just zealot in this matchup is not fantastic, especially for an early game unit. All right, so now the excitement comes in when the cyber cores finish, and we see, all right, double gateway Neeb, double gateway Showtime. Let's see who's going to be the one to go Stalker. One of these is going to go Stalker. That's my prediction. Ready, set, Stalker, Adept. Yep, there we go. Showtime goes Stalker, and Neeb goes Adept. And a Mothership Core on the way from Neeb. Showtime's skipping it, though. Skipping Mothership Core. Getting some probes out instead, and now starting Mothership Core. So it goes 1 extra probe before Mothership Core. Again, the little differences, I don't know. I don't understand them. But I assume there's been a lot of experimentation from players, and they just, it's more comfortable for Neeb to do this. I'm not sure it's like a game-winning maneuver or anything like that. Warp Gate coming in for both players as well. Mothership Core moving out across the map, and yeah, interesting. Mothership Core moving, yo. Stalker's coming in here too. Ooh, this Stalker and this probe are going to come the sneaky way And I think the probe's going to try to throw down a pylon down here and get it photon overcharge right in Neeb's face. Interesting. Oh, can the Adepts see this probe? No, they don't, because they turn back. They turn back. The probe continues to be very, very sneaky stealth probe. Stealth probe 1409. Moving on down the right side of the map. The Adepts are kind of just... Okay, this is weird. There was a single stalker. I don't know what that was. But now there are 2 stalkers, so I feel better about that. That is... Makes a lot more sense here. Stalkers, again, just have to chase this... Just chase the phantasms. What you got to do. Throws down a pylon here, does Showtime. A bit further north of the main than I would expect of Neebs. Probe sneaking in and does check the expansion. And there's a stalker here, so it's going to die. All right, so good scout, I guess. Does see the robotics facility. Nothing too bad about that. Sees the expansion, sees the timing on that one. It is a little bit behind Showtime's, so that's got to be feel pretty good for the German Protoss player. Protoss player. Is that how they say it in England? Is Protoss? I imagine they would. All right, so 3 stalkers versus 2 stalkers, an Adept, and a Sentry. Also, photon overcharge is available for Neeb if the stalkers push too far in. So this is going to kind of keep it a little bit crazy. Hallucinated Phoenix tries to scout out and gets picked off just barely by the stalkers. Neeb is mad. He wants to chase down the stalkers and kill them, but they're as fast as his fastest unit, which is Stalker, because it's a mirror matchup. And sending out another psionic transfer. Going to take the Zelnaga Watchtower temporarily. Just tap it. And then transfer over on the left side. So both players are just poking around a little bit here. We do have a robotics facility from both players. Observer on the way from the Neeb. And Stalker's trying to pick off those sentries. No, can't quite do it. Look at that sentry, though. 4 hit points. Mothership Core is another good target here. You kill her, you kill the sentries. Showtime's massive Stalker advantage here is going to help immensely. Though he does lose one. Oh, picks one of his own off on Neeb's army at the same time. That's kind of how this goes. Someone's going to be weak. Someone's going to be vulnerable in the army if you've been kind of chipping away at each other for a while. And this time it just happened to be one from each army. Boy, this is... This is just Showtime trying to keep Neeb in check, is what he's doing. Neeb can be very aggressive in StarCraft 2. Blink, did he just cancel Blink? Oh, no, it's done. Okay, so Blink is done here for Showtime, and he's going to do the Blink Micro. The Blink Micro thing, Guardian Shield comes up after everybody's gone from Neeb. That's a bit of a delayed reaction, but better late than never, I suppose. He is slow warping Stalkers in here. That's that 16-second warping, because that pylon is not touching a gateway or a nexus. Photon overcharge up. Gets a shot on one of the Stalkers. The Stalkers decide to pull on back. That hurt. That hurt, the Stalkers say. Can we blink inside the main? We can probably blink inside the main. And blink. Thinking about it. There's the blink. Everybody's in. He's holding the high ground. Picks off a probe immediately. Can he take down the robotics facility? Oh, he's trying to get it. He's going to sacrifice Stalkers to get this thing. And he does. And he can blink away too. I mean, he lost a bunch of Stalkers there. Let's not lie about that. What is this? Ah, Warp Prism Adept harass inside the main base of Showtime. Excellent. So that robotics facility, that's going to shut down on the Immortal production for sure for Neeb. And Immortals are hugely, hugely important here in PvP, especially. Adepts coming on down, trying to kill more probes here at the natural base of Showtime. And so far it's working out, man. These Adepts are just kind of going to town. Oh, there's the cancel. There's the cancel. I thought they had it, but instead they're just dead. They're just dead. Immortal here from Showtime. Do we have additional... it's just the one robotics facility versus the one robotics facility here. Making another one is Neeb. He has to replace it, but that means the Immortal count should favor Showtime. Not really. I mean, he has 1-to-1, but he will have 2, maybe a minute or so before Neeb has 2, so it was a win, but I'm not sure it was worth losing, what, 5 Stalkers? He has lost 5 Stalkers and 7 probes. Neeb's 1 Stalker and 1 probe right now. I say third base getting scouted out. No, just taking it. Showtime just taking the third base up along the top side of the map. And Robotics Bay coming in for Showtime as well. So Disruptor could be good in this situation. Colossus maybe could be good. Neeb's third base is actually further along than Showtime's is. It is 48 to 53 Harvesters. Neeb has his base further along. He's killed more stuff. He's got a better economy. I like what we're seeing here from Neeb so far. Again, a lot of patience. 2 pretty patient players in this PvP matchup. Ho ho! Patience in a PvP. Hallucinated. Phoenix scouting around does see the robotics bay. Ah, that's interesting, says Neeb. That's interesting. Stalkers with no upgrades. +1 attack is on the way for both players, though. They'll get there eventually. And gonna try to... Man, that is a huge army for Neeb defending, though. Showtime needs to get out, and he does. And he does. He's got 2 Immortals, but that is so many Stalkers. If you let the Immortals hit, though... Yeah. If your Stalker army is smaller, but you have Immortals and they don't, you can get a lot of stuff done, actually. Neeb might be pushing out for the first time in this game with a big army anyway. Picking off the Sentry. Sentry's dead. Some Stalkers lose their lives in the process. Immortal trying to get picked off and does get picked off. The other Immortal, too. Oh, no Showtime. Purification Nova. Oh, what a blink. Oh, what a sick blink by Neeb at the last second. Very last second. Oh, blinks on top of the Disruptor as well. This is looking really bad. For Showtime, the Immortals are gone. The Disruptors are gone. Another Disruptor is here. Nova comes on down and another blink away. Neeb, masterful dodgers here. War Prism. Oh, War Prism and Neebs does get killed by some Stalkers here of Showtime's along the right side, but they're getting chased and murdered for their infraction. Probes are running. Showtime can't hold this third. Can't hold it. Trying to Purification Nova. Maybe after the Stalkers have already blinked? Maybe after they've already blunk? Well, both players going Disruptor. Neebs just happen to be way down on the south side of the map, where Showtime's are right here. So third base is going to die. Showtime needs to destroy this army, or I don't know how he's going to win this game. I really don't. Immortal's getting nice shots off here. Third base is gone. Immortal's getting killed. Oh, no, he keeps it. He keeps it. Neeb with a greater attack, and that's it. GG from Showtime. Neeb is victorious. And that's a 1-1 tie-up in our Showtime compilation. I told you, it wasn't just going to be Showtime winning all day. He's already 1-1 after 2 games. Neeb, again, it was just little stuff, just a bigger Stalker count. Was able to get that third base before Showtime did. Had more workers, that little bit of Adept harass that killed some probes. 7 probes, right? 7 probes is a big deal in a mirror matchup especially. And then just the most gorgeous blinks away from Purification Novas I've ever seen. That was amazing. Amazing. So no Disruptor tennis for us, but that's it for game number 2. We'll be back with game number 3 of the Showtime compilation in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to our Best of Showtime compilation. Game number 3 will be between Showtime and Gumio here on Proxima Station, the Ladder Edition. In the top right side of the map, we have the Red Terran player. It is Gumio. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the Blue Protoss player. It is Showtime. All right, so a PvT. To round off our PvZ and PvP openings, figured we would get all matchups represented here in the Showtime compilation. Anyway, is how this is going to work. All right, so we have a combination Oracle Reaper name here that somebody suggested in case there's an Oracle and a Reaper together in the same game, which is entirely possible in a PvT. I just don't cast a whole lot of those, as they are by far the least popular of the non-mirror matchups on my channel. Don't want to flood you guys with stuff you don't necessarily like, but I do want to represent everything, so we do get mirror matchups, and we do in fact get PvT. So if this is a Reaper, well, hang on. If this is a Reaper from Gumio, and we get an Oracle out of Showtime, which is possible. We do see Oracles in PvT quite a bit. We do see Reapers as well. It's just not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee. Although if just for the scouting purposes for Showtime here, if he goes for an Oracle with Revelation, we could see that. I'm just not sure if we get straight Oracle Rush or comes in and tries to kill some SCVs and whatnot. Regardless, Showtime's Gateway is done. Barracks for Gumio finishing just very shortly. Very shortly indeed. And it's going to be a Marine. Oh, you ruined our plans. Gumio, you ruined our plans immediately. Alright, that's fine. Factory on the way. 1-1-1-ing it here. Does not have an expansion coming up whatsoever. This is Destiny Cloudfist, assuming we get a starport. Double gas here for Showtime, and not expanding either. Going for a Cybernetics core. This could be interesting. I mean, Gumio is a pretty cheesy player. He could just 1-1-1 this thing and just show up with a giant one-base attack at Showtime's base, and Showtime would not have a good time with it. Especially if Showtime's trying to tech to something, which this double gas tells me maybe he is. Ah, look at this. Oh, it is a Stargate. It's a proxy Stargate from Showtime. I think this is going to be an Oracle. Ah, if only we had a Reaper to go along with it. We have another PvT coming in this compilation, so don't you fret. Don't you fret. Another chance for a Reaper Oracle combination. The player whose this is, right, knows what I'm talking about, I think. I hope they're watching. Anyway, I mean, I figure a lot of times people submit names and then I don't get around to actually getting them into the cast for a while, and then they kind of forget and don't bother and don't find it, and they're sad because I didn't get around to casting it. I've actually used every name I've ever been given for Oracle and Reaper names, except maybe ones. There was one that was a straight copy-paste out of a Wikipedia article that was like 8,000 words. Didn't use that one. Did not use that one, as it was really a super crazy thing. All right, Showtime's Oracle's name is Partial Biscuit. Aha, that's a joke if you don't. Anyway, he wanted to own a StarCraft team and a gaming commentary YouTube channel, but he was abducted by the Protoss and stuffed into an Oracle. Partial Biscuit is here. Photon overcharge at the front door of Gumiho as well. Oh, ay caramba. Getting some nice shots off. Mothership Core comes here. This is going to distract Gumiho pretty immensely. While the Oracle comes in and murders all this stuff. One SCV killed already. Partial Biscuit, get in there. There's no Widowmine. Go. Go. I know he's worried about the Widowmine, but there's not one. There's really not. Wait, did I hear something burrow? Did something burrow? There's a Widowmine. Where the heck is the thing? Is it behind? Oh, it's behind the command center. Dang it. I would have missed that. Would have missed it. Partial Biscuit with 5 kills already. Photon overcharge taking down pylons. Gonna supply block Gumiho as well. Actually, boom. 34 to 31. Showtime. Showing the aggression. I like this very much. Cloaked Banshee. It's going to be the order of the day. The response here from Gumiho. Getting Cloak, getting Cyclones. Has to repair his own barracks because it's literally on fire. And flaming. Oracle comes back. I don't know. I guess the Oracle's there for Revelation on the Banshee if necessary. There's really not any detection yet for Showtime. He has an Observer on the way. Oh, there it is. There's the Cloak. But wait. Showtime reaction time. Get the Banshee! You have Revelation! Do you not have Revelation? You don't have Revelation. Never mind. Never mind. An Observer does pop, and the Banshee does get killed, but not before killing 6 probes. Viking down here. Look at all the bullets that come out of the Viking when it's in ground mode. It's like boo, 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 boo. You think it'll hit harder than this? It's like Gatling guns strapped to its arms. Which, if you think about it, why is that attack not viable when it's in air-to-air mode? I don't know, the questions, the many questions of StarCraft 2. We don't have answers for all of them, I'm afraid. Depower the Stargate figures that's good enough. Decides to head on out. So natural base done for Gumiho, natural base done for the Showtimes. Partial Biscuit continuing to move up and try to murder stuff. There's actually no Widowmines here at the natural. Oh boy, this is bad. Partial Biscuit getting 2 free SCVs immediately. Viking says, either you can get out of here or you can die. Lock on. Not enough to kill Partial Biscuit. Does manage to escape. So that's 7 kills in the first 5 minutes. That's good. That's a good Oracle. Ladies and gents, Twilight Council is researching Blink for their Showtime. Tanks on the way as well. Is he killing? He can't get out. He did that wall off thing. Oh, Banshee picks off the probe. He was going to build a 3rd Nexus. That's so mean. Replacement Banshee, man. I'm telling you, Gumiho does weird stuff. He does weird stuff. I like the Cloak Banshee play. It's working out. If he could defend better against these Oracles, or this one Oracle, he'd be in better shape. But you know what? Win some and you lose some. That's what you do. Finally has to kill his own pylon to get out of his main base because he walled off so hard right there. So hard of a wall off. Marines, tanks, Cyclones, Banshees. It's like a weird hybrid type thing. Revelation thrown down. Viking trying to get shots off, but Oracle's too fast. Can't chase it down and kill it, unfortunately, for the Viking pilot, who really just wants another kill. Got that one on the pylon. Felt good, but now needs more. Observer for Showtime. Scouts out Gumiho's push across the map here. Marine going to get the honor of taking down a Stargate all by his lonesome, which not great. Not a great honor, turns out. Stalkers versus tanks and Marines and Cyclones? I don't know about this, dude. I really don't. Partial Biscuit throwing down another Revelation on those dudes. And we're going to take care of this debris. And the Stargate dying as well. Alright, so what do we got here? Seriously, not great Stalkers. I mean, they almost have Blink, which is good. They're going to pick off the Viking. A little sloppy there by Gumiho. Losing it for nothing there. Blink is done now. Alright, so you can Blink on top of the tanks and kill one of them. And then just back out. Waiting for that Blink cooldown to come up. That's actually real fast. 7 seconds is not a long time. Not a long time. Colossus production has begun for Showtime as well, off of his 3 bases compared to 2 of the Gumio. Dun, 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 dun. Charge on the way too. From our Showtime, another revelation going. Doesn't have, nope, not quite yet. There you go. Now it's time for revelation if you want to do that thing, Mr. Partial Biscuit. Don't die though. All right, we're dead. We're dead though. Meanwhile, Cloak Banshee back to the natural base of Showtime. Really evening the score here. Both players have lost a ton of stuff. 15 probes have killed and been killed, and 7 SCVs have lost their lives. Gumio pushing in with his tanks, with his Marines, with his Cyclones. There's Unimmortal here. I don't know about this. Tanks set up in siege mode. And any shots, Showtime is too good to let shots get off on him for sure. He really wants charge. He really wants extended thermal lance. I'm not sure that Gumio is going to give him a chance. Oh my gosh, that rhymed too. I am such a poet today. I am such a poet. And I didn't even know it. The classic rhyming coupling. Gumio, I feel like, was in a pretty good spot, then pulled back about 20 feet. To contain, I guess. He's getting a 3rd base of his own, which is nice, but really, dude, siege tank setup right here are going to do truly nothing for you. I guess waiting for another swell of Marines to come in with no attack upgrades, mind you. +1 is on the way. Combat shield, too. But here we go, setting up. Marines coming in. This Colossus is a big deal. Extended thermal lance is just about done. The longer Gumio waits, the worse this is for him. I feel like now is like the best time to move in, but he just is refusing. He's waiting for his +1, but extended thermal lance is going to finish now, too. Infantry weapons level 1, 4 seconds away. The scan revealing what we're dealing with. Showtime just kind of dancing back and forth along the edges here. And Gumio backs out. What, dude? No. No. You. All right. All right. It was weird. It was weird. And now Showtime has Colossus with extended thermal lance. He's working on more of them. Actually, concussive shells coming in here as well. Does he feel like he didn't have enough to deal with the Colossus? I just, you know, tanks are pretty good against Colossus from distance for sure. But he, man, I very rarely see that where a Protoss player comes all the way across the map, or a Terran player rather, comes all the way across the map, has siege tanks, is ready to go, and then just decides, no, I'm actually going to back up all the way to my 3rd base and turtle a little bit. Very strange from Gumio. Got a drop at least, trying to sneak on down this left side, but there are Phoenix, and this medevac is in a lot of trouble. Get out of there. The Marines do drop to chase the Phoenix away, but that means the drop doesn't happen here. Nice observer placement, by the way, from Showtime. I keep looking at the minimap and thinking, oh, there's a unit. Oh, nope, just that's the observer. Dropping the Marines here in the 3rd base, killing a couple more probes. Sacrificing the Marines, essentially, though. I guess the medevacs are dead. Or medevac is dead, rather. 4 probe deaths. 4. He's killed 19. I mean, if you're Gumio, you got to feel good about that. Killing 19 probes. All right, so what's your response going to be here? I guess adding Marauders and Vikings to the composition. Fair enough. Fair enough, Gumio. Getting Vikings and Marauders is the right thing to do when there's Colossus involved, but there's also Storm on the way from the Showtime. That Storm is done in 10 seconds, as we can see on the right side. This game being played on the Game Heart version of the map, which is not all the time, mind you. Linkstalker's trying to get in, but a lot of Marines and Marauders just murder a couple of them. Gumio doing okay. Okay, get the tanks in range of this base. Force the issue. Force Showtime to engage here. Here we go. Here we go. Tanks coming in first. Coming up with some support. Tanks getting some nice fire off. The rest of the army needs to go. Zealots on top of the tanks here. That might have been a little bit too late. Pulling back Storm as well. On top of the tanks. Trying to simmer around from the outside. Feedback being tossed down as well. Colossus still alive. The army of Gumio evaporating as we speak. Whoa, nicely done by Showtime. It is now 140 to 110 total supply. Medevac count is a dismal 0 for Gumio. He's got 8 Marines and 8 Marauders, and it's not enough. It's not enough. I guess there are some Liberators here too, but you blink in there and take those out, and this army for Showtime is terrifying. He's got Storm in here as well. Just goes for it. Doesn't care about the Liberators. Liberator 1 dead. Liberator 2 is dead as well. Archon's in the front absorbing shots. 6 dead SCVs as they try to defend at the same time. Colossus just tearing through everything, and that's a good game out of Gumio. Gumiho is defeated, and Showtime is victorious, taking it, giving himself a 2-1 lead on his opponents in this random game. Yeah, I mean, Gumiho also scanned and saw there's a 4th base coming in. Not that it mattered. I mean, he was down exactly 2 Marines and 2 Marauders. With a Widowmine, not enough. Not enough to win that game for sure. And we're looking at 6,000 resources lost for Showtime compared to 11 for Gumiho. Again, doubling up. He's just so patient, so careful. He lost 18 Zealots and 12 Stalkers. And other than that, it was a Colossus, an Oracle, and Sentry. End of discussion. That's it. Just, he babysits his units like they're his very own. All right, that's it for game number 3. We'll be back with game number 4 of this compilation in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to Showtime's compilation. Game number 4 of the compilation will be between Tudming and Showtime here on Proxima Station, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Tudming, who hails from China, unless I am way off on that. And in the top right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Showtime. All right, so a PvZ. Coming back to the PvZ matchup, which is, again, my favorite. It took a lot to convince myself not to just fill this whole compilation with PvZs, because Showtime's really fun to watch. Really fun to watch in the PvZ stuff, especially really good, although I feel like maybe that'd be bad news for my Zergness, because he also kills a lot of Zergs when he's in that matchup. Regardless, early probe coming in from the Showtime. He's going to block a hatchery or 2, throws a pylon down immediately, doesn't even care if he's blocking or not. But Tudming, you know what? He says, nah, I'm going to expand down here. Can you block it? Can you block it? Can you block it? Can you block it? No, so close. So close to blocking it, though. Showtime's like, grrr, cancels his pylon over here. Grrr, I was going to block some things, but Tudming was too smart for me. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Sometimes you know you're playing against Showtime and what he's going to do, and you accommodate earlier. You just get a hatch down. You do. Hatch down, extractor, pool here at 17 supply, as is tradition. And we're going to go Gateway expand from Showtime. Gateway on the way, saving up dem minerals to get to that 400 number. And here we go. Showtime kills it with the timing. Just impeccable. Probe says, all right, quick 3rd hatch you can't do, because, thinking about it is Tudming, because I'm going to block that one. 2nd level blocks. How you like them apples? Tudming says, not very well, thank you. I'm going to kill your dude with my drone. Good micro, actually, from Tudming. Getting some quick, good shots off. Going to force Showtime to retreat eventually here. Another shot. When's Showtime going to... He should bail now. Oh, he gets the pylon instead. I really don't know why every Protoss doesn't do this. I really don't. Blocking the natural and blocking the 3rd throws off the timings of Zerg immensely. Like, super fast and super hard. So there are some lings on the way. Showtime's going to let this finish. He does. He lets it finish. I was thinking maybe he'd cancel it, but then he recognized the drone was still there. So he's still trying to expand. Tudming instead gets speed, gets a couple queens, gets a couple lings here, and 2 lings going to peel off and chase. Nah, nobody going to bother chasing that probe, whatever. Gonna kill this pylon as fast as we can, because we really want this 3rd base. We're almost at 3 minutes. We need that 3rd base. We're jonesing for that 3rd base, and here it comes. Ling counterattack on the way. Tudming says, I'm very upset with you, Showtime. I'm going to bring a lot of lings and murder your face. How do you feel about that? Showtime says, poorly. Extremely poorly. Do they not see each other there? I think he did. I think Showtime caught a glimpse of these lings and cancels the sonic transfer. Going to be here to defend against a big Zergling attack that is coming. Stalker on the way from Showtime. I'm not sure if that's the correct answer. Stalker can hold walls, I guess, but they just take so much damage from these lings. Speed is just about done. Just about done. There it is. 13 seconds to go on a metabolic boost. We do, in fact, have a Stargate with an Oracle. Warp again from Showtime as well. Let's take a look at that list, shall we? All right. This Oracle's name is... No. Are you kidding? All right. Apparently, this is from Austria, and it's Okatzenschwaf. Okatzenschwaf. I'm going to go with that. Okatzenschwaf. Okatzenschwaf? Close. There's an L in there somewhere. So this is the Oracle Okatzenschwaf, and it says just because Austria was the answer. Got some ling drops coming in from Tudming here. Oh, I like this very much. Very much indeed. The Oracle is going to scout this. The Oracle does, in fact, scout this. Oh, it's a standoff. It's a standoff. Old Katzelswaff is like, you know what? No, you come up here, I'll murder your lings. And the drop lord's like, moving out. Just leaving. Void Ray coming into. Showtime really wants to kill this drop lord and is probably going to be able to do it. What's plan B for Toodming? A million Zerglings, apparently. A cajillion Zerglings. Going to try to knock down this back door, but Showtime's ready for that because he knows how many lings are on the field right now, and it's 48. It's 22 to 40 harvesters. I mean, at this point, Toodming needs to win the game now, or Showtime is going to just win by default, is how this is going to happen. You just drop anyway. Maybe you just drop anyway. Lings coming up at this. Oh, the Lings can actually kill all these Adepts. Get them. Get the Adepts. The Adepts are trying to get out of there, trying to run so hard. Oh, the Lings are inside. The Lings are unloading. Here at the natural base as well. Unloading here inside the main base. Doesn't matter. All right, Showtime. Let's see what you got, son. Can you hold this? So many dead probes. 4 dead probes. Immediately, the Adepts are surrounded. They don't want to get surrounded. The Oracle. Oracle shows up to save the day, making a huge difference in the lives of many of those Adepts. Oracle is the best base defense unit right now. More Lings coming in. Adepts just killing them as they pop in here. Void Ray going to get this drop lord. Oh, clutch. And that's a good game. That's a good game out of Toodming. Toodming is defeated and Showtime is victorious. What a hold. What an absolutely perfect hold from Showtime. Scouts it. He sees the early Lings, right? And he's like, might as well get an Oracle. Getting one anyway, but I'm going to scout the edges of my base. Going to get a Void Ray. Going to check this back door. The Oracle was just hugely important. The Void Ray was good at taking down the drop lords as well. And just there weren't enough Lings. Not enough Lings to make it happen. 51 Lings died. That's a lot of Lings in exchange for 6 probes, an Adept, and N Stalker. Yep. Once again, Showtime being incredibly efficient. And let's give him a number 3 next to his name. And we'll be back with game number 5 of the Showtime compilation in just a second. Welcome back to the final game of the Showtime compilation, everybody. This will be a game between Showtime and Euthermal on Honor Grounds, the ladder edition. In the top right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Euthermal from Team Liquid. And in the bottom left side of the map from Arma Team, it is the red Protoss player, Showtime. All right, 2 of the best foreign players on Earth right now. Just a terrifying Protoss is Showtime, as we've seen thus far. And a really great, really solid, all-around amazing player from Euthermal. I remember I started casting him a couple years ago. He had some struggles. He's struggling a little bit, but man, he worked hard, trained hard, played hard, competed hard, and in the end, was a really, really, really solid Terran player, and is to this day. Okay, will we have the miracle? The miracle of the Reaper Oracle meeting, everybody. I don't know. I don't know if we are. And it's difficult for them to meet up because I kind of feel like the Reaper could be dead by the time the Oracle actually starts popping out of that starport, or Stargate rather. So keep your fingers crossed. That's what we're going to get. If anybody's going to go Reaper against Protoss, it's going to be Euthermal. He's brave. He's brave. Kelzer, also pretty brave, I would say. The Terrans who are willing to do those kind of shenanigans in the foreign population. Expansion on the way from Showtime. There's that warping of that giant Nexus. Bringing all those squares in. I need all those squares, you guys. Bring in as many squares as you can. We're building a Nexus here. And the expansion coming up from a Euthermal. In the safe location, just a little bit behind. Ah, Euthermal! You have disappointed me. Marine comes in, free probe kill, but stutter step action. Oh, the stutter step action by Euthermal. Lacking a little bit. Does let the probe in. And the probe's going to scout the natural. That's pretty much all there is to scout right now. So good job, Showtime, with that scout. Now just getting out is the attempt. Juke. Not that much faster than a Marine. And going to die. Yeah, there it is. 315 move speed for a Marine and 394 move speed for a probe. It's just not as fast as it turns out. Factory being constructed here. Again, I love the animation of factory building. I don't know what it is. Got the sparks, got the SCV in there doing stuff. You can see him, right? You can see him in there doing, well, you could until he threw up that wall, I guess. Anyway, it's good. Whoever did this, kudos. Kudos to the person at Blizzard who made this thing happen. Stargate on the way from Showtime. And we're probably going to get an Oracle. It was so close. One of these games, you guys. One of these games, one of these days, we'll do it. Ooh, SCV killed by the Adept, as the Adept's Shade is too fast for the SCV to escape. Very tragic indeed. Tragic. 27 to 22 Harvesters. That is the power of Chrono Boost. The power of the Mule is going to kick in now for Euthermal, though. Both players have some pretty solid powers when it comes down to it. Let me speed up a little. We're going to speed up a little. Nobody's doing anything in this final game, and it's getting late. Getting late in the Falcon Paladin household right now. Widowmine on the way from Euthermal. Got a Medivac. Got a couple Marines in production as well. And here we go. Here goes our Oracle. And this Oracle's name is simply Katy Perry. Have we had a Katy Perry Oracle before? I feel like we may have. May have a while ago. But somebody wanted to throw it in the ring again. So here it is. Katy Perry, an accomplished singer and dancer. I guess. Is she known for her dancing? I don't know how this works. Not as familiar with her as some other artists. And it's going to come right on in. The Widowmine has burrowed. Did you hear that? I heard it burrow itself. Heard it burrow itself somewhere. Where? Oh, it doesn't kill any SCVs. Good pull by Euthermal, actually. Free SCV that for some reason wandered out as a sacrificial lamb. Euthermal's like, here's an SCV. If I give you one, will you leave me alone? And the answer was no, not really. Gonna kill another one, and another transferring one too. Get it! Get it! Get it! Get it! Yes, gets it. Meanwhile, Marines are here at the front door of Showtime. That's bad news for our Protoss player. Okay, can they force a cancel? They're gonna force a cancel on this third. I don't think anything can save it. Maybe some Adepts, but two Phoenix come in as well. All right, so Phoenix Adept with Oracle support. Run, boost away. Oh, can the Phoenix catch him? Though they can. With the unload of the Marines to defend their transport. Just beautiful. Beautiful reaction time there from Euthermal with the unload time. We've seen that already, right? We saw Gumio do that previously. Was he being chased by Phoenix? He might have been chased by Phoenix. Seems very possible. Liberator production has begun for Euthermal as well, holding the Xel'Naga Watchtower. Just outside the third base of Showtime is Euthermal. He's not third basing it, you guys. He's going to try to two-base take this guy down. And will it work? Baiting the Adepts into the Widowmines. Shades don't trigger Widowmines. Ooh, there's actually several Widowmines here. Big shot on the Phoenix. Nicely done. Another shot taking out an Adept, and another shot firing on another Adept. Well done. Well done, Widowmines. What is that? One kill each. That's good. That's good. They have the timer. They'll come back with more splash damage and more fun packages of excitement. Liberator setting up shop as well. This is really intense right now for Showtime. I don't know how he feels about this. He has an observer coming in, but it's not done yet. It is definitely not done yet here. The patience by Euthermal, just hitting, taking shots, getting shots off on this Nexus. Liberator moves forward in the process, and I think they're going to take this thing down. Can Showtime save it? Anything that goes in the circle dies. All right, here we go. Transfer. Transferring in. There are Widowmines ready to rock, and there's the cancel. He abandons it. He abandons the third. Euthermal, a major victory in this battle. Takes down the third base of Showtime. And it explodes in the gout of blue flame that we're all so familiar with. The pylon dies as well. Oracle moving across. Katy Perry wants more kills. More than the 8 she already has. Going to try to sneak up into the natural base where there's seriously nothing defending this. There's nothing defending this. Euthermal, what's going on? Ah, run SCPs. Oh my gosh. Up to 12 kills. Gonna get another one. And these guys building barracks out in the middle of nowhere. Gonna get killed as well. A couple Marines trying to save the day. No, you're not going to save the day. Is there even a Widowmine in here? The Widowmine went to the front. There's nothing to stop this carnage. Katy Perry. Who knew? Who knew Katy Perry had this in her? 24 kills. That's a lot of dead stuff. It's 49 to 32 Harvesters. Showtime has a massive lead on workers, but lost this base is the problem. Adept's gonna transfer. There it is! Widowmines end up firing, lifting the tanks with the Phoenix. Adept's trying to kill the Marines in the process, and are they able to do so? I think so. Another lift on the tanks. No Marines. Marines win the day. The tanks still happy with themselves, still no third base. Again, you have a lot of probes, but you are oversaturated on both of your bases right now, which is not what you want. Not what you want. Is this Liberator done stuff? No, Liberator sneaking down here around the natural base of Showtime. Hasn't done anything quite yet. What is this? What is down here? that like a Diablo thing? Maybe it's a Diablo thing. Kind of feels like it is. Katy Perry. Katy Perry is still murdering SCVs, you guys. How many kills does she have? 30. She has 30 kills. She is an executor. She'd have more kills except for the fact she's out of energy. Oh my gosh. This, I mean, Oracle Hall of Fame. Doesn't it have to be the Oracle Hall of Fame? I feel like it has to be the Oracle Hall of Fame, you guys. 30 kills on an Oracle is nigh impossible, especially against somebody as good as Euthermal, who again did bring all his Widow Mines up to try to hold this third base, prevent Showtime from getting this third base, and it's actually working out pretty well. In all actuality, Phoenix flying on into this third base, trying to kill more SCVs, trying to kill Marines, trying to not get killed by missile turrets. Missile turrets are pretty well placed here, I would say. A couple more SCVs get murdered. More Marines getting killed. These Phoenix, man alive. Showtime has killed so much stuff. 33 SCVs, 20 Marines. He's lost 20 Adepts, but not much else. I mean, resources lost here as we go in for another attack. 3,700 for the Protoss and 33 for Euthermal. Adept's going to clear this one out. There we go. That's enough Adepts. Thank you very much. Third base might actually land at some point. Medevac tried to fly in here, but Photon Overcharge got rid of that pretty darn quickly. Phoenix are just kind of owning this production line for Euthermal. Is he going to kill a Medevac? He's going to kill a Medevac. He's killing SCVs. He's killing the Marines that are trying to come out of these barracks as well. These are really pesky Phoenix. Super pesky, I would say. Liberator, murder and stuff here at the natural base. 4 probe kills, but then Phoenix take care of it. So it is Adept Phoenix. And technically we're under the 11-minute mark. I don't know. This would be crazy. He's taking a 4th base too. Showtime back home as well. Can you? You have Resonating Glaives. You have Resonating Glaives. You have +1 attack. This great supply depot wall is going to cause some problems, though. Can't shade through that. And the Phoenix continuing to fly around. Tanks setting up behind it. 0 kills on these tanks. Another 0 kill on that tank. They are eager, though. They are super eager to start smashing Adept face with their cannons. That's not a euphemism. Trying to fly around back here and find more SCVs to kill, but missile turret placement is just too good. Terran players, make note of where these places are. They're working out very well for our Terran player thus far. Once he made them, took forever making them, mind you. Going to kill the SCVs on the gas, which again you want to do. See how long it takes Euthermal to replace those, and the answer is going to be... Oh, he's going to trap the Phoenix. He's kind of trapping the Phoenix a little bit. Enough Marines to kill these, possibly. More Marines in and getting 3 shots off. Ugh. Phoenix getting killed. Euthermal has not replaced the ones on the gas, you guys. Come on, Euthermal. 1 and 1. Let's do this. Let's get him back. You need that gas income back. You really need it. Okay, 1 and 2. All right. Delay. There was a delay. It was not forever. It was not forever, but it was delay. Is what it was. Warp Prism on the way for Showtime. Getting additional assimilators here as well. Revelation tossed down. When everything's blinking red like this, it makes me feel like a nuke landed, but nah, just Revelation. I don't know why Euthermal would nuke his own base. Although maybe for mind games, maybe to show Showtime how crazy he is. I'll nuke my own stuff. Don't think I can't win this game. Alright, taking stock. 64 to 61 Harvesters. Somehow Euthermal's caught up, even though he's lost 43 SCVs to 5 probes that have been killed. So he's had to spend a lot of minerals on SCVs replacing those guys. Replacing those bad boys. He hasn't been able to get his 4th base up as soon as he wanted because of that. Like exactly because of that. And Colossus production on the way for Showtime. Again, not a huge fan of Colossus versus Terran. Drop down here at the 4th base of Showtime, picking off a pylon. There are some Stalkers and Adepts defending this. The Marines really don't want anything to do with it. Getting some free shots off, killing a couple Adepts. Actually, Adepts coming through one at a time. These Marines doing way better than I thought they would. Oh, backing out. No, 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 no. I thought they could have held that. I really did. +1/+1. Stim and combat shield are done for these guys. They are scary. +2/+2 on the way as well. There's more dead stuff. More Adepts dying up here at the natural base. This is so many SCVs, you guys. There's 46. It's 46 SCVs, you guys. Marines coming into the 3rd base of Showtime, killing more probes, though. Trying to even that score a little bit. Killing an assimilator, possibly. Trying to kill a pylon. Photon Overcharge says, nah. No, you're not allowed to do that one. Coming into the 4th base again are the Marines. They're back. They have full energy, full health. And trying to pick off these probes, losing some Marines in the process. But that's 10 dead probes. 10. In just the last little minute. It's 19 now. Used to be 4. It's 19. Euthermal's been fighting hard against his Protoss opponents. Bring that economy down to a more reasonable place. 57 to 58. Euthermal has a lead, you guys. Has a lead in worker count. How does he do this? This is the magic shenanigans is what I have to say. So Euthermal has been forced to kind of keep units in his mineral lines because Showtime has been so assertive and so aggressive here. I don't know about this, Showtime. Yeah, getting out. There are a lot of Marines at this natural base. +2/+2 about to kick in as well. And is Euthermal? No, Euthermal's not going to drop. He thought about it, and he didn't. So we're going to speed it up just a little bit and then slow down when they come in. More probes dying. Still no static defense at this third base. Nothing at all. That's 3 more dead probes. 4 Colossus are out, though. +2/+2 finishing up for the Terran. Trying to drop here inside the main base. Goes poorly. Might have chosen poorly there. Is how I would express it. +2/+2 Marines. Got tanks with no attack upgrades. +1. No, just kidding. Vehicle weapons level 1 done. Tanks setting up on this high ground. You can set them up right. Can you set them here? Get shots off? Maybe not. The map designers know what they're doing with these angles. Tanks setting up. Marines know they don't have to deal with this. If the tanks are firing, Observer gets killed. Showtime's in the dark now. A bit in the dark. Assimilator does get destroyed here at this third base. This base has been under attack a lot recently. Upgrades here, +2 attack is done for Showtime for his ground units. He's got Extended Thermal Lance, he's got Resonating Glaives. And Euthermal, +2/+2 Marines and +1 vehicle weapons. Pretty good. +3/+3 on the way now as well. Tanks firing in on this third. I don't know. Can Showtime handle this? Euthermal's maxed out. Showtime coming in with a couple Archons, taking tank fire. Not what you want to do. This third base is a ghost town. There's nobody mining. Okay, there's people mining now, but it seems like a mistake as they just get destroyed. Coming in, Showtime with his Colossus here, lifting the tanks with Phoenix. A lot of dead Marines. Can the tanks splash? They need to focus down the tanks is what they have to do. And no, tanks live. Colossus largely live. Have any Colossus died? No. No, they have not. 8 tanks have been killed, but the Colossus are still here. That's a problem. Just, again, undefended. Not great. These poor probes. Mining from the third base is like the worst job in the world. Wait, what's that? What's that, Praetor? You want me to mine from the third base? But you know how many probes have died there in the last 2 minutes? 37, I know. Oh. All right, there you go. And you die. Photon overcharge is up. The Marines staying outside of that range very nicely. Tanks continuing to creep forward. Okay. Now actively shelling this Nexus, which kind of makes Showtime, kind of makes him go for it. If can he go for it is the question of the day. I think 165 and 131 total supply. Showtime needs to break it now. Here he comes with his Colossus and his Archons, doing a lot of damage against these Marines. Not taking much damage from them either. Archons actually going to crush through these tanks. Zealots in here as well. Marines trying to get rid of Colossus, but man alive, the Colossus are really tanky. Oh, 16 kills, 9 kills, and Showtime breaks the contain. Breaks the front door. Are you kidding me? I thought there was no way he had that. That is why we watch the esports, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't know. We simply don't know what is going to happen next, and that's why I love it. That's why I love regular sports. That's why I love regular sports with actual physical balls that people kick around and throw in hoops and stuff, and I love the esports too. It's just, you don't know, and I like that. All right, where are we? Fourth base here for Showtime. It's 50 to 53 harvesters. 34 probes have been killed, most of them at that third base. 52 SCVs have been lost as well. Any transitions here from Euthermal? Nah, it's just going to be tanks. Just going to be more tanks. Tanks and Marines, tanks and Marines. Although, man, is that a mistake? When there are this many Colossus out. Okay, there's only 2. Did he lose a bunch of Colossus? He lost 3 in that battle. Yeah. All right, maybe not entirely wonderful. Mothership Core is here at this natural base. Marines and tanks don't care about this pylon. Actually, they're not doing a great job killing it, that's for sure. Pylon has 4 kills. Is he holding this? No. All right, kind of. Colossus shows up too. And Mothership Oh, Marines taking out a Colossus. Beautiful. All right, tank. We're alive. Mothership Core gets killed. Probes coming in as well. This might be it. I don't know about this. Where are we losing SCVs exactly? Back here, maybe? Maybe it was back there. Either way, tank versus Colossus. Colossus wins. Colossus wins that one. 117 to 89 total supply. There must have been some kind of a drop back here because that's more dead SCVs. 60 have been lost thus far by the Terran player. Not really lost, more murdered. It's not like he took them to the supermarket and lost them in the cereal aisle. And they were murdered. People came into the house and killed them. Fifth base now landing for Euthermal somewheres. Taking it from his main, I guess. Is that where this is coming from? No, from his natural. From his natural, he's coming out this way. Zealots, Immortals, Archons trying to sneak around. Get some stuff done here. And can they do it? +2, +1. Pretty good upgrades for these guys. It's not a huge army. And they're going to try to take this base out. It's a Colossus, 3 Archons, a handful of Zealots, and a couple of Immortals. Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of tank on the ground. That's 4 tanks with a +1 attack. Very scary. Indeed. Coming in. Oh, coming into the 4th base. Showtime! Showtime. Gonna lose that pylon. Gonna lose a Mothership Core. Adepts here to save the day, though. Is there another drop at the natural? There's another drop at the natural. Can they deny? Oh, this +2 ground armor. Oh, it does. It gets denied. It gets paused at the very least. Army for Showtime coming into the 4th base of Euthermal, though. Going to town with his Archons, with his Zealots, but a big army of Marines with +3, +3, and semi-combat shield chasing them away pretty darn effectively. There's still stuff going on here. Marines inside the main base, Adepts getting rid of them. Tanks splashing all over Showtime's army here. Marines, can they do it? Can they break this? Marines, good splits here. Good pulling back. Good kiting as well. This Colossus with 5 kills, but everything dying for Showtime, including this Colossus, and that's a good game. Oh, that's a good game out of Showtime. And Euthermal gets the 2nd win of the compilation versus the Protoss player. Well done. Wow. What an amazing game. That was, I dare say, that was borderline epic. That's what that was. 29,000 resources lost for Showtime. 22 for Euthermal. I mean, Showtime, remember we said when he's careful with stuff, it's 57 dead Adepts, 54 dead Zealots, 5 dead Colossus, 9 dead Archons, 11 dead Phoenix as well. That's just so many things. So many dead things. Euthermal, 205 Marines. He was willing to throw those guys in the meat grinder. 19 tanks. Pretty much all he made. A couple Liberators died there early. 3 Widowmines as well. And 67 SCVs. Losing 67 SCVs. Not enough to kill a Terran, like I always say. If you don't kill a Terran all the way, he's not dead yet. He's not killed yet. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.